We've got a bumper crop of 8 new games coming very soon indeed to Game Pass, including 3 day 1 drops. Before I get into them, be sure to like and subscribe to get all the latest Xbox news as and when it happens. And now that you've done that, let's get to the garage. If you love Forza Horizon 5 but just want to get your hands muckier under the hood where all the good stuff happens, Car Mechanic Simulator 2021 could be your next favourite game. This highly realistic car management sim allows you to perform mechanical miracles on over 72 cars, fixing and otherwise tinkering with over 4,000 separate parts. Speaking of 4,000, it's also in 4K Ultra HD on the Xbox Series X too. Nice. You can then take your cars to the track and test your skills in the most dangerous way possible, or auction them off for big money. Then buy an old banger and work your magic again. It's a gameplay loop that's irresistible and puts you directly in the running to be the new Dominic Toretto, just without, all the other stuff that he tends to get up to. Become part of the Mechanic Simulator 2021 family from June 1st on Xbox and PC Game Pass. The newest installment in a mythical horror series that changed the game completely is coming straight to Game Pass on day 1. Amnesia: The Bunker. This is just like the psychologically torturous games that came before it, but with one crucial difference. This time, you're armed. With just the one gun, yes, and an incredibly noisy light that I'm sure won't attract any monsters or anything. Probably not anyway. Set in a World War I bunker, no playthrough is ever the same, as the game is able to throw the unpredictable at you. And to make matters all the worse, the game will respond to every single decision you take. So this is a hell of your own creation. Think you can brave it? See if you can when Amnesia: The Bunker comes to Xbox and PC Game Pass on the 6th of June. If boomer shooter Slayer's X Terminal Aftermath: Vengeance of the Slayer is anywhere near as good as its title, we're in for a huge treat, gamers. And no, that's not a typo, that's how they spell vengeance. If you're thinking this looks like it was made by 2 teenagers in the 90s, that's because you're exactly right. This hit of pure nostalgia was made by the fictional Zane Lofton of Hypnospace Outlaw fame, starring himself as the coolest, most radical guy this side of Duke Nukem. If you've ever wanted to see what Doom would look like if it was made by Bart Simpson with plenty of gory gunplay and toilet humor, then this is the game for you. Coming 1st of June to Xbox and PC Game Pass. And if you fancy visiting the particularly bizarre origin story for Zane Lofton, then Hypnospace Outlaw is coming very soon indeed to Xbox and PC Game Pass. We may have said it before, but this game is unlike any other you've played before, but we really mean it here for this bizarre puzzler. You're an enforcer of the Hypnospace, an interface that looks very similar indeed to the late 90s internet. It's your mission to track down any Hypnospace criminals, from those committing copyright infringement to cyberbullies. When you're ready to take the plunge into the nostalgically weird world of the Hypnospace, it'll be ready for you on PC and Xbox Game Pass from the 6th of June. Carrying on the 90s nostalgia with The Big Con. Your main aim in this game is not to save or help the colourful NPCs you come across, but rather rob them blind. It's to save your mother's video store, but you're still taking their hard-earned dosh. You do so through story missions with fascinating characters, eavesdropping and barging in on their conversations, or pickpocketing and tricky minigames. This bright world is yours for the fleecing, but you're sure to have an incredibly fun time while doing so when The Big Con hits Game Pass on the 1st of June. Just don't try this at home, okay? Have you ever wanted to know what it would look like if you put Stardew Valley and early Final Fantasy into a pot and stirred it with The Sims Plum Bob? The resulting concoction would be the delicious Rune Factory 4 special. In this life sim meets JRPG dungeon crawler, you run a town and its farm as a new hero who quite literally fell from the sky. There's town planning to be done and crops to cultivate, yes, but step outside of the town's walls and there's also dungeons to explore. Fear not though, as you can befriend the charming townsfolk to join you on your quest and craft equipment to make vanquishing monsters all the easier. This version of the game also includes Newlywed Mode, meaning you can play through extra content after your character gets married, which is something else you can do in this game too. Is there anything you can't? Find out on the 8th of June. the talented folks behind Psychonauts, Brutal Legend, and Costume Quest. Double Fine have quite a stacked roster, it's fair to say. Well, this month, another from that stable comes to Xbox Game Pass, with adventure puzzler Stacking. In this industrial puzzle adventure game, you play as a tiny little Russian doll trying to find his brother, and to do so, he has to navigate the troubling world around him by stacking into other people to use their abilities. It's a fun mechanic that gives you often hilarious and surprisingly fiendish solutions to the mysteries you face. Just don't think about the logic of it too much, it'll give you a headache. Fans of charming games with a quirky streak of humour nestling within are sure to love Stacking when it hits Xbox Game Pass on the 8th of June. Finally, we have an utterly spellbinding game that mixes the sharp vibrancy of the artful escape with the sentimentality of unpacking. Narrative adventure Dordogne. Explore hand-painted watercolor environments as Mimi, looking back on her childhood with her grandmother. You'll photograph your surroundings, create memorable soundscapes, as well as frolic and canoe through the panoramic scenes of France. Gaming can often transport you to other places, and that's never been more true than with Dordogne, available day one of its release on the 13th of June. So, which one are you picking up first? Are you becoming a mechanic or a cartoon con artist? Let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye!